Okay, we're live. I smell leather. It's recording right here. Is it going? It's live. So the volume is already on. I have to. I can kind of stand in here. You're right. Oh, I like it. Give it a time. No, I didn't. Sweet milk.
All right, is that on? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you, 7th grade students, and thank you, 7th grade teachers, for allowing us to step out of the classroom for a little bit here at the end of the day. One of my favorite writers, James Baldwin, once said, "You think your pain and heartbreak are unprecedented in the history of the world, but then you read." We have taken quite a bit of time recently reading the book A Long Walk to Water. We've seen the 60-minute videos of several other stories, and we watched the film The Good Lie. And the emphasis that we have placed on all of those is that though this affected a lot of people, each one of those people was an individual person with their own story. Today at Summit Trail, we have the unique privilege to hear one of those stories directly from one of those people. Over here, we have Mr. Dave Ellis, who is a personal friend and mentor to our speaker today. And our speaker today is Mr. Alfred Ring. Mr. Ring was, oh, thank you. Everybody give him a wave. Mr. Ring, thank you, 7th grade. Mr. Ring is a lost boy of Sudan, who's a refugee of the Second Sudanese Civil War, and he is going to tell you his story. And then we are going to, I have some questions prepared that many of you have actually given me, and we will ask him a few questions as well. So without further ado, please give a round of applause and welcome Mr. Alfred Ring.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I'm Alfred Ring. Very privileged to be here with you this afternoon. what I have, the weakness I have in my accent is very thick. So if you don't understand me, help me or ask my counselor to explain more if you don't understand me, okay? So bear with me. I'm a lost boy from Sudan, and I've been here 17 years in the country. What you heard from your teachers is a very good history, a sad history that we all went through as a lost boy of Sudan. We born in the war, we grow up in the war, and we ran away in the war. So it became our identity in the life of human being, part of Africa, where I came from. I'm happy to be here with you. It's my privilege, as I said before, to talk to you and listen to you and listen to me. Because history won't tell us. If you know what's going on and you live through it, you could be able to explain to people that don't know it. So I'm here to explain myself to you and explain what happened in Africa and why I'm the called boy of Sudan. I'm lost because I was rescued to be here in the United States, which is a very miracle to me. Where I grow up, I don't have opportunities like you guys got. No school like this building in my lifetime I've been to. No light, no car, no even a bicycle. Not even wearing clothes like this or shoes or tie. I'm just learning them when I came to the United States. So it's good to learn what happened to other people in order for your life to be shaped with the future that you take granted for it. So you'll be happy you are born in the United States, grow up in the United States, to be a leader of the world like the United States asked for many countries and many human beings. The Lost Boy, what would happen? We ran away from our life in our village and countries to different countries in Africa, then to be rescued by United Nations and deliver us to United States of America. And we don't have a way to be called because we don't have parents with us, we don't have education, we don't have anything, we don't have food, damn clothes. And the question comes, who are these people? And then I just say, these are the called Lost Boy. I don't know my age. What date I was born? I was born at home in the village. There's no hospital. So if you ask me my age, I cannot describe. I could be 80, 70, 10 years old. And when I came to the United States, I chose January 1st. And the Lost Boy all over the United States, we are January 1st, 19 something, January 1st, 1980 or 70 or 90s. That will be known as. So that all who we are in this country and our back home. I'm a father of 3 kids. They're here with me, I brought them here. Took me a long time to get them here. This my counsel helped me a lot to write a paperwork, meet a lawyer, meet a senator, until I get them over here to the United States. So I have a 20 years old boy, and I have 18 years old twin daughter. They're here now with me and their mother. That's all who I am. I'm a U.S. citizen. I live here 17 years, and I go to school. I spent 13 years in college before I get my associate degree. I am now working on my bachelor degree. I want to be a lawyer one day, but it's a long way to go. I'm in KU now, Edward Compass, and I go to Lauren. I have two jobs. Still have family back in Africa. So those are things about me. And the long walk to water that you read about it. The person that wrote it, I will live with him, and I know him personally. And we'll be living together, suffering together, and come to the United States in different time. The good lie, if you watch a movie, I'm there. And it was a tragic situation that we lost other brothers and sisters in that kind of movie. So I'm involved in all these issues. I'm very happy to talk about it, explain to the person that need to know, and listen to him or her. So my last word to you, don't take things for granted. You are lucky to be here, in this place, in this country. You never know how your age mate back in Africa or in the rest of the world, what they go through. They don't have food to eat. They don't have education. They don't have anything. But you guys here, you have wonderful teachers, wonderful countries that you need to pay attention, listen to them, and read this way, and God will help you wherever you can. Thank you very much.
Hey, Alfred, if you don't mind, maybe you could tell them a little bit, because I'm sure they're very interested in when you had to lead the village. When you had to lead the village and run away, what was that like, and how much time did you spend running away, and what was that like when you were doing that?
Yeah, in my village, it's a very remote village. It's here remote even today. And when you're being attacked, you run away for your life, different direction. Your whole father, brothers, siblings, they run away in different direction. And the enemy that who attacked that village is burning down, kidnap young people for sex slave or for worker slavery. And they burn down everything. That is what happened to my village. So I'm a village boy, a village person. I've been able to have those experiences in my lifetime, another lifetime of the Lord Boy of Sudan. So what we say what we went through, and it better have some time to explain it, but we have courage to say it, how it happened. So it's for you guys now to ask me a question, and I will be able to answer to you. If you are not getting my accent correctly, let me repeat myself. Raise your hand, and I will be answer you slowly. And thank you very much.
It looks like we have a few questions here that people have brought up before, but what motivated you to keep on going when you were out there? What motivated you? And you might want to tell them, did you have to worry about going across rivers and things like that? You know, some of the situations that you're in.
Yes, I do. And what motivates me, I keep faith in God who created me and who created everybody. That is the only refuge I got in my life. Without Him, I would not be here. And I don't know how I am here. Because give me hope when I see faces like this, my fellow human being. I'm happy to explain myself to you in a better way that you can understand me and understand my situation that I went through. So my motivation is beyond believable because when you jump to fire, when you are in a crossfire, you don't know what will happen after it. But in God's hand, we never know what tomorrow is going to bring. And that's what keeps me motivated.
Yes. Maybe, can you talk maybe a little bit about your family in Sudan?
My family in general, I have mom and dad. My dad, I lost my dad a year ago. He's 87 years old. I have siblings. In Africa, we married many wives if you have a lot of cows. It happened in my family, we are more than 20 in 4 wives for my dad. My mom is the first woman. In my mom, we are 6, but we lost 3, remain only 3 of us, boys. We are very big land called Panawak. You never know, it's not in unmet. But that is my clan where I'm come from. There is a tribe in Africa, and from tribe you have a clan. In clan you have sub-clan. In sub-clan you have household. That's how we grow up in Africa, even up now. So my family still back in Africa, still have my mom back in Africa, still have my brothers, are all back in Africa in the village. And I'm here in the United States with my family, which thank God I'm here. That all what about in my family back in Africa.
I don't know if everybody understood what that, in fact, Alfred and I were just talking about it at lunchtime, but his father has 4 wives, okay? I know it's a little bit different than what you all are used to, but each one of those wives has children, and so that's why that Alfred has so many brothers and sisters, that he has 20 of them because of that. And Alfred came from the first wife, and then so that's what he was talking about there. So, yeah, maybe can you tell us a little bit about? Did you ever, have extreme thirst or hungry? What did that feel like? And maybe what was it like in the refugee camp that you were there?
Yes, in the refugee camp it's very rough. We've been to the camp from 1992 up to 2001 and 5 and 6, 7 when we come to the United States. What we've been given there is very little bit of maize, beans for 2 weeks. And then what we've been eating. The water very hard, there's no clean water. There are no enough firewood to cook. And food is very limited. There are no materials of how we build our houses. We build no camp or sleeping bag. We don't have a mattress. We just sleep on floor. It's very hard, humid. There's no water to drink or to take shower. there's no food to be enough, no good education. And that's how we survived in the camp. We ran around two camps. We've been to Ethiopia for since 1987. That was my journey from my village. So from 1887 up to 2005, I came to United States. I didn't saw my village even now. So 87 to now, that's gonna be 30 something years. I've been away from my village. I never know what's going on there now. And in the camp, the same lifestyle we have been living through until we get over here. When we get to United States, even to turn off the light in the house was hard because we don't know. We never used to be in a house that having light or having a running water or have a bed to sleep on. Those things are a miracle to us when we came to United States.
Can you talk more about what were some of the biggest, what we call culture shocks when you came to the United States? You just talked about electricity. What other kind of modern technology was a surprise to you?
Like this, what I have, the microphone. I never hold it in my life since I was in Africa. There's no running water in Africa even now, or clean water. My culture shock when I came away, I don't know how to drive a car. It's my first time, 2005, to enter to airplane. Never been into airplane. When I sit down in airplane, they brought food to me, and I was been wondering because I don't have money in my pocket to buy the food. So I was hesitant not to take the food. As waiter come by and say, "Why don't you eat that your food?" I say, "I don't have money to pay for it." She laughed at me. When I came to United States, I got a job and I don't know how to drive. The person who drove me to work, he failed to come because I work 12 hours from 7 to 7. The person failed to come and pick me up after my work. It forced me to walk back home where I live. So 15 minutes car took me 3 hours to reach home. I almost died, lose my life by then. I went home very late at night, tried to go to bed, I didn't take shower, just was the way I was until I got myself back alive in the middle of the night. That was very scary to me. It's a culture shock. I'm still remembering even now. I don't know how to drive a car. I use a wheelbarrow or jack lift to train myself how to turn the head of a car. It took me a year to get my license to know how to drive a car. So that is the culture shock to me. For food wise, when I came over here, one of my friends invited me to lunch, and happened to be him. He drove to college court to have a food or a restaurant. I like pizza always. That is my favorite food when I come to the United States. And that is my favorite one.
What is your favorite thing about Kansas City, about the city that you live in?
The Kansas City I've been here for 17 years since I left Africa. And I've been meeting very good people in my life, advising me. Like Dave, she really a mentor to me, a friend to me, a friend of our family. She showed me his family. He welcomed me to his home. He welcomed me to his heart. And in time, my family. Wherever I go, he call me and pray for me. Thank you, Dave. And you guys can acknowledge him because he's really a very mentor to me, very much. In Kansas, I live comfortable. I don't have any problem with anybody. I'm an easy go person. I drive to my work. I go to school. I brought my family over here. I live with them, and I'm still keeping live with them. So I'm very happy to be in Kansas and the United States in general.
I'm going to try to explain very briefly again, because I sometimes know Alfred's accent is just a little difficult to understand. And he has come a long way, by the way, and I've been with him long enough to know. But just to kind of let you know, during that time when Alfred was in his village, there was a war going on. There were people attacking his village. And at that particular time, his parents said, just run, because we don't want something to happen to you. And so that's where he became a lost boy, because all these boys ran. They just ran and ran and ran. And they had no idea where they were going. And they just kept following each other. So there was lots of different things that were happening while they're out there. They were hungry. Sometimes they could have got attacked going across the river by crocodiles. There's all sorts of situations. And what happened was that Alfred just kept running and running until he got to the refugee camp. And so some of the boys made it and some of the boys did not make it at that time. So I just want to make sure, and then just to let you know, while he was in that refugee camp for a very, very long time, he met his wife there, and then they had children there, and then he would happen to be one of the ones that got picked to come to the United States through the United Nations, and he was just placed in a different location. They were placed all over the United States, and Alfred just happened to be placed here in Kansas City, and he started working, and he's been working for a long, long time in a hospital, and he's working at the Walmart. He's got 2 jobs now, but he used to have 3 jobs for a long, long time. So I just want to briefly kind of tell you that, because if you didn't quite understand that before you ask some of the questions of him, just to kind of let you know, because I know a story, just to let you know from there. So, okay. Yeah, and I think we kind of talked about some other things here. I'm trying to think of anything else. What kind of food did you eat at the refugee camp? What kind of food did you have? What was the main food that you had when you were in Sudan?
We eat maize and bean in the camp, but the main food back to my village is sorghum, and that has been our main food we eat all the time. And until, but when I came to the United States, what I keep eating now, eating maize flour that I'm cook for myself and that I eat, but my kid no.
Do you have any final message for our students? Anything that you'd want to just say to them as you kind of finish up?
Yes, my advice to you, take this education. Don't take it for granted. One day, one of you will be a mayor of the city, will be an ambassador to the countries outside the United States. So keep your education for yourself and to others. We are a future for generation to come. Thank you.
Thank you, 7th grade. Alex, if you are out there, can you maybe bring up the house lights? I'm seeing you there. I see you, Alex. Okay. Fantastic. Everybody just stay seated for just a moment. Teachers, I'm going to walk our guests out of the building. Ms. Comp, do you have a couple of videos ready for them? Okay, awesome. Perfect.
You have a